Number 92 bonus show. We're going live on a Saturday morning. Sounds like the mic is on correct. And check out these sweet pieces my dad's made. Old pieces, uncompleted pieces, which we have some in the garage getting warm, getting ready to go. And I'm going to show you guys something real crazy real quick. I hope this doesn't explode your brain. Oh, baby. If that's not interdimensional, then I don't know what is, folks. So here we go.
What's happening, everybody?
All right.
Good morning. It's a Saturday morning, not too early. We've been up for a while, but we've been working on all of our tech crazy stuff, the Sling Studio, and it's sounding really nice. So we've got some great microphone action going on. Did Jake show you some of those candlestick things?
Sure did.
All right, well, we're doing the Will It Burn. And I'll tell you right now, will it burn?
Woo!
So the Will It Burn, what I'm gonna do,
Oh, please.
I'm going to explain. And explaining the Will It Burn is today we had some suggestions from our followers last night during the show, our Friday night happy hour show, and it was soap. Will soap burn? And we've got it. We've got travel soap in its container. We've got some hotel soap with some orange flavoring. It doesn't say highly flammable, but it's an orange blossom honey.
Is it flavoring now? Or is
if
it
you swear,
scenting?
if you say a swear word, then it's flavoring. Now, you can't do that nowadays, but I remember when I was a kid, if we said a swear word, my dad would put a bar of soap in our mouth. I'm serious, and he would make sure he jammed it up against our top teeth and give it a nice drag so he left some soap in our mouth to think about. Pretty heavy duty.
Boy.
But we've got this other great castor bar soap from Dr. Bronner's, which is what Michelle and I use. We love this soap. If you had never used this soap, you got to try it. It's unbelievable. But let's see if it'll burn. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
All right, Jake, you want to hold the Will It Burn sign?
I'll hold that. We better pull that one out the plastic, though, here.
Oh,
This green guy.
I was hoping I was going for it.
I don't know about all that. I'm not trying to sniff too much plastic here this fine morning at the glass shop. Oh, there it is. Lovely.
Let's just put that one over there.
Big echoes. I thought, well,
You keep
you're,
talking.
you're listening, Mom, on the camera, so you tell me if it's echoing. Just listen to it. All right. Here it comes. This is 2,000 degrees, folks. As you know, every show we're going to burn something. Look at that drizzle.
Actually, this soap kind of seems flammable.
It does kind of seem flammable. Oh, well, there's the paper on the one. Whoa, look at that one. Not really too much action with this back bar. A nice sizzle right in there. Cooled the glass down pretty darn quick, though.
If it doesn't burn quick enough, you need more glass.
Exactly. Yeah. The soap looking good. It definitely does look flammable. And look at it melting down the side here. We see a puddle of soap rolling away. This is going to be a really fun cleanup, ladies and gentlemen.
It smells pretty good.
Yeah. That's dark too. That's no white
liquid.
soap anymore.
Let's get in there with the stirring rod.
Yeah, stir that thing around now. Now, I wonder how much cleaning ability that soap still has. Doesn't stick. Whoa. What the? It's like cooking an egg in the morning.
Ew.
What the? That's pretty freaky, folks. It's pretty crazy. But we're going to let that toast straight up there. I think it's looking pretty darn good. It's got a nice flame going. We're going to make sure everyone over on this side of the shop is nice and toasty here this morning. Oh, yeah.
You guys, Will it burn?
I think the consensus is it will burn. And look at that. It's just toasting right along.
There's some crazy action going down in there, like soap carcass. Nasty.
The soap carcass, folks. So there you guys go. There's my parents' favorite type of soap. They don't call me the one who uses bar soap in the shower or really in the bathroom for that matter. And so I let them handle the bar soap, but here we are now. And we're doing good, and you guys know what time it is. It's candlestick time here. So let's take a look here in the garage. We got a couple things, other pieces set aside from those ones we showed you on the Marver to start. And we will go show you those once again. Well, those guys are getting warm, about 900 degrees. We got our other tools here ready to work with.
Should I try to pick that glass up first?
And I think, yeah, you can pick it up.
You know, the
oh, yeah.
kombucha glass, just blow it out for a warmer upper?
That sounds great for a warmer upper. So you guys know that kombucha company that we really like, that we've showed on the show before. Check it out. Their bottles are so cool. And so we put one of these bottles in the garage, and we are going to pick it up and see if we can keep this thing hot and open it up and create some sort of bubble or vase or beautiful piece out of it. These are some other pieces that are in the garage, something like this, a top and a bottom piece, and you can make them separately and glue them together, or you make them separately just like this guy right here. It's a beautiful topper, and you see how this gets set in the garage, gets preheated like we're doing now, and then you can apply them and stick them together. The other thing you can notice is look at this Avolio and how that's actually red, not clear like we usually work with, and that means that this was a tank of glass. Avolio. And now, interrupting.
What glue them together? What type of glue?
And we're talking about glue. Mom's wondering
glue.
what kind of glue.
Liquid glass.
Liquid glass glue. That's the case we're going to work with tonight. If we were gluing things together, there's multiple different types of glue for different applications of glass, or glass to metal, glass to wood, and that's how they go. So we do have an e-news question giveaway. We can switch it up and I'll get this going. I'm gonna hand you that first. And you're good to go.
All right. Hi, Sue Freiberger. I see
Watch
you're
this.
on. I know. That's what I was like.
One of those early mornings when the glory hole door's on.
So we
Take your
don't
time.
normally do a show in the morning. We're getting rolling again, figuring it all out. So Chris and Jake have mics on. I have a mic on. We're all going to be able to talk with you. Jake and I are doing tech support right now. Chris is shaping up the glass for the next
You know
step.
what I'm doing, Michelle, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a post because you're doing the idea I had. The
Well,
kombucha
it's your idea of
bottle.
doing it for you to see if it works, but I'm going to make a candlestick out of it.
Well, I was going to cut the bottle on the diamond saw and then pour hot wax into the candle base.
Ooh,
Open it up.
I like it.
And actually, I wanted to make drinking cups with it too. All right, we got 100% charge. Great visual. Learn in the Sling Studio. Jake's going to get us all set up while Chris goes and heats up the bottle of kombucha. How many people out there drink kombucha? This is JT's. It was a special edition. It was spirulina, blue-green algae. So the liquid itself was that bright blue that you might see on a Gatorade bottle, but it's all natural. Super cool. We've only got one shot. He only put one bottle up. We've been drinking these now for a couple weeks, and we've got these bottles all over our house. Chris keeps saying, what are you doing with that? And I keep saying, just watch. You'll see. We're going to make something cool with it. So I'm going to walk you guys over why he's doing that, because that's a little boring. And I want to show you something. It's our YouTube channel. And we have our little hashtags there. So if you go to YouTube, all you have to do is hashtag those words to get to our live show. This is kind of like looking in a mirror. Do you think it's going to go like wacky on us? There's Jake working out some other technical abilities. And so on that note, if you guys live in Michigan and you're into the audio visual, I think at this time we probably need to hire someone to help us with this back end stuff. Woo-wee, there it is! So commercial glass is totally different than the type of glass we use to blow. And so we can only, I don't know how to describe it. Chris put a little glass on the pipe. It's enough to make the bottle stick, but he's going to continue to shape this now. We cannot add, what'd you do? Oh my God. This is what happens when you let the glass blowers go wild.
Watch this.
All right. So I met a friend and he picked up commercial glass, only worked out of a glory hole and blew glass. I mentioned to Chris that I want to do this, and look what he did. A little smart son of a gun.
Jake, will you bring me a punty?
He jumped in and did it before I had a chance. That's how it rolls here.
Let me get a little neck on this guy. Give me 1 second, Jake.
Yeah. And there's been a request to take that title down because it's covering up the...
It's down.
No, it's still here.
No, it's down.
It's down. All right. I guess there's a delayed response. We're all good. All right, Mark says he loves the new microphones. We've come a long way. I'll tell you, Mark, though, I gotta be honest.
I got a couple cracks I gotta...
has come to a place where we can understand it. I am thrilled. I mean, 2020 was like kind of a rotten year in a lot of ways, but I gotta admit too, there were a lot of things that changed for businesses that actually are a really good thing. We got our son home, works for the company now, that's kind of fun. We learned how to do these programs. We sell worldwide now, not just to audiences in our neighborhood. We've scaled down our business, got a little more focused. Delivering a great product was always our mission, but we got a little too caught up in that American dream of going big. So this last year we really scaled back. Did a ton of meditating, a ton of stretching, a ton of living life. And now we continue to bring these great shows to you guys. And some people last night were like, hey, I put it on my TV. This horizontal view is a crazy, different view. So it takes us a little bit to get adjusted to it.
Now, what would happen if we punted up the piece with that? I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Because we are way too hot there, folks. And I know I got to marver it. I'm not reshaping this at all, just literally cooling it down on the metal table. And then now we're both at the right temperature that we can make this connection.
Okay, there is a group that follow us called the Glass Addicts. All Glass Addicts that are on today, can you give us a shout out? Can you do a thumbs up, please? If you are watching the show, we are going to need your help today more than ever. It's just the three of us in the studio. We have a great Valentine's Day program going on today, so all the other staff is committed to that. We jumped in here early to do this live feed.
So we got a couple cracks on the bottom there, and I'd love that. I don't know if your mic's still on, but you know why we're getting those cracks on the bottom of the glass? Is it because it's a different type of glass, or?
Maybe I pushed it on the ground and it...
oh, you did.
But to get it onto the piece more.
I see.
But I melted them in, so they're just kind of inherent in there now, and I still might be able to melt them in a little bit more while it's on the punny.
Cool.
Commercial glass is different than the type of glass we blow. The easiest way I can describe it is commercial glass is made by machines. It's made super heated, super cooled, super fast. Our glass is called soft glass. It allows us to work the glass at a temperature that's a little more malleable. Lucy is on the show. She will be posting just a little bit before she's got to run for the day. So appreciate you being on here, Lou. Thank you, Pammy. I appreciate the Glass Addicts. I'm really going to need your help today because it's a crazy day. This is lots of new stuff. Look at
It's a pretty cool looking thing.
Monitoring that for me. Oh, wait, but then there's Chris. You know what? With the sunlight, I got to go this way.
Yeah, look at that face.
So we have, I don't know, I would say 75 of these bottles. Sherry says she can hear everyone.
It just exploded.
I heard it.
It did explode.
Well,
there it is.
At least we had a nice picture of it before it exploded.
That's funny. So some of you may or may not know the Glass Addicts go by and they take pictures of the show and then they post them on the Glass Addicts page. There are a few requirements to get on the Glass Addicts page, not too heavy duty. I think Say Nice Things is one of them.
So, to avoid echoing, if I stay further away, that's perfect, Shell. The reason that that thing cracked is that commercial glass is completely different coefficient of expansion than our soda lime glass. Because it's mixed to be blown by robots into graphite molds, it cools a lot quicker than our glass. So if we're going to, and I think we're going to do some type of a cool little production run of those, we're going to have to learn by just making more of them and having them explode what the heating differences are in these things. So that was a pretty cool thing, but now I think we should get on to
making some actual
candlesticks.
candlesticks. Well, that sounds pretty good, folks. So I got the mic back for a second here. Mom's going to do some of her tech work and see what the situation is in the background. But hey, if you guys are interested in this show and you think we're doing a great job, this is the second show that we've got our Sling Studio up. We're fine-tuning the microphones. We'd love it if you guys would share the feed out there, and I guess the term is sprinkle it to all your Facebook friends out there, and just spread the love for us, guys. It's going to be a little bit of a reboot as you see the numbers drop, and then they're going to come back up, and it's going to be a work in progress as it always is. So we're on here and we're getting it rolling, and any love you can give us is amazing, but we're pretty excited to have this thing going. And so you're seeing Dad over there thinking about what he wants to do. You got two sizes of pipes that I put up this morning. You got the standard, which is, I believe, an inch, maybe 1.25 inches, and then you've got the small cup pipes. And so it looks like he went for one of the bigger ones, which doesn't necessarily mean he's making something larger completely. It could just mean that it's got a larger bubble on it, a larger cup part. But you see here, this is our small one right there in the hot flame. You got your bigger boy right here, almost double the size, and then we have two sizes of punnies as well. And you can see by the handle, this guy's a little smaller with the tighter weave. This guy's a little bigger and has the extra black cap on the bottom there for extra grip. So we would never bring a punty on one of these little guys, too flimsy. We may bring it on the medium, or a lot of times you guys see us use for mugs is about the biggest piece or the smallest piece. You start using those. Those are counterweight pipes that are solid and really good looking. And Mom's taking this back from me really fast.
Kaylee's coming in, like I mentioned. I was going to say Renaissance Festival. Hello. Valentines Festival. Valentine's Day. So while they're getting set up, check it out. Valentine's special happening today. You can get your own little Valentine and feel special. All right, back to the blowing. Yes, are you guys both on?
Nope, we're off.
Oh, well, I wasn't talking because I thought you both were on.
We'll look at you and we'll talk to the camera.
Okay, so to be clear, Chris and Jake have mics on, but because they're going to be talking to each other about setup and stuff, I thought they were talking and I didn't want to overtalk them. So there they are, talking about, there's many layers to the candlesticks. Chris is all about go big or go home. So here's a couple candlesticks he's made in the past. You can watch him blow in the background there. So definitely go big or go home. We've got Lucy texting us with things that you guys might be asking about. Kaylee's checking out our new system. She's like, I've never seen these parts before. They're huge. So that's what I said. Chris isn't one to go small. It's go big or go home. So this is 1/16th of a candelabra. This would fit, you make all the parts and you hot glue them together. Like hot glue to us means hot glass sticking the parts together. So for us, here the top is made, the avolio, then a connection point. This is made first, connection point, and the foot. So this is Venetian style glass blowing. This is what Chris and I studied when we were learning in college and people we worked with. There was an Italian master that came over, and we were very fortunate in the early 1990s to work with this master, Lino Tagliatra. I cannot say his name well. But it was through workshops that he was teaching people, and we attended as well, that we were able to watch these great masters in glass make glass, and watching them is how you learn.
So I'm not sure if you guys saw what he was doing, but he was opening up the bottom bubble, and instead of flipping it around, punning it up and opening it up with the jacks on the opposite side, he just torched the bottom and pinched open a hole. So now it's upside down from the traditional way that we would do this, which might actually make it right side up.
Okay, this is, if you're new to the Glass Academy, there's a lot of steps in here. Bill Walsh asked if we're making a candelabra. Not today, Bill. We need a team of 3 to 4 people to put those together. There's a lot of running around with those extra bits and stuff. So we're just making some parts, probably single candlesticks today. These are super high end, I get it.
This is a succulent candlestick. I'll take that bit, Jake.
Okay. And you know, artist's choice are the colors. So do we do muted tones? We do a variety of colors. This one is a purple.
So I'm gonna have to put a bit into the bottom of that so I can punny up on it. So I'm gonna drop it in there, then I'm gonna punny it up, and then I'm gonna open it up and add the succulent onto the top.
Okay, so what I'm getting is you guys are both mic'd up now.
Yep.
Into the hole it goes. These are some technical things just to make the glass work. So this is a small bit of glass, and Jake's gonna shape the punny, and that kind of blocks the bottom so the punny doesn't go way up the piece.
Very importante.
It is. You are at the Glass Academy. We do a contest.
I like that.
Yeah.
Importante.
Lucy is on the call. Lucy,
That
if you
looks
want to
cool.
text
This is
me
gonna be a
the
good production
contest
item.
winner, we
Real
would
quick.
rotate those up. I'm not sure what the contest winner will win today because we have not made any prototype candle holders. But something, we'll figure it out. We got time. The show goes to 10:30 today. I wonder, can you hear Chris blowing? This tool is called a Soffietta. You can use both ends of it. If you watched show number 91 yesterday, we went over the tools a little bit. The cool thing about our show is I am right in the middle of the action.
Right there.
Being a glass blower myself, I know which way they're moving. I know which way they're going to be dancing around us, and so I'm able to get out of the way, or they know how to dance around me, what I'm shining on.
We'll turn the reduction down a little bit after this.
This is a private studio. We're located in Metro Detroit. Glass Academy has been here 16 years now. Last year with COVID was very exciting. We took our show virtual. What we normally do to our clientele that come into the studio, since they were denied access and we needed to cancel all our classes and everything back in March, we just took our show live. So if you're super interested, you can go back on Facebook and watch some of our old shows, which are like a comedy show. But one thing as an artist, you've always got to be willing to try. The question for the email, why Chris is reheating this, and I know that makes walk away when I have to spin fast. What type of candles do you like to burn? You send your answer to the enews@glassacademy.com. Do you like pillar candles? Do you like the thin ones? Do you like dripping wax? No wax dripping? These are some metal ones we had in the studio. I just brought them out for fun because we are just getting started again. Making candlesticks for the studio. We're working with a local candle maker to get some really amazing candles in here that you're gonna love. So we're gonna have different price points. They'll start around 48 and go up from there. You can see these beauties shining in the light. Clearly those are not a $48 candlestick. Those look great on a table if you have a really nice dinner table as a centerpiece, and then to have smaller ones. If you guys watch the show Blown Away, what I like about these candlesticks is you can see the person across from you. They're thin and delicate with a narrow stem. They're not wide to block your view. Very important.
So I don't know if I heard you answer the question, but I did just see one there on Facebook that was a question wondering if we can let candles burn all the way down onto the candlestick.
So, so nowadays most candles are dripless. So you really have to find the drip kind. It is a very slow burn for that wax to roll down the side. So I say it's okay. Many people do not like wax dripping on their glass because it kind of hides the candlestick. The big pillar one I had over there that has a wider base, that one maybe it doesn't bother you as much. And then you can always put the candlestick in the fridge to snap off that wax if it gets on the glass.
You know, it depends too on what the type of candlestick that you have is. If you look at this guy, if you can imagine a humongous candlestick in some sort of Game of Thrones setting, and it's burned halfway down and there's all kinds of driplets of wax puddled up on the side and looking all good and cool, that's a pretty sweet aesthetic in my opinion. So it really just kind of depends on what you guys want. If you want your candlestick holder clean, that's cool too.
Yeah, I do notice a lot of the soy candles that exist now are the dripless variety. So while Chris is shaping this up, Jake's using a paddle.
Okay, go for the greenie.
And another thing is Jake's watching what's happening and he's dreaming of his candlestick next. So
That's a cool, this is the platform for the succulent that's going on top of it.
Where did you get the idea for that platform? Had you seen it before?
I saw it one time. Actually, a lot of the ideas I get, everybody, they come from that beautiful lady behind the camera, my wife, Michelle, and she'll make them. And you know what? She is an amazing glass blower and an amazing designer, but some things that she thinks of, she does a little bit of, and then she turns them over to me, and I perfect them. Because I've been blowing glass my whole life. She's been doing marketing and all kinds of other amazing things during the business herself. So it's kind of how we work perfectly together.
I'm the idea girl.
Bill, you know what I'm talking about. Sue, you know what I'm talking about.
Elaine's watching.
My mom?
Yeah.
All right.
We haven't done the
Happy
show on a
Saturday.
Saturday before because, you know, we just kind of got everyone in the rhythm. But here's why we're having a Saturday show. Show 100 is coming up. It's going to happen March 2nd.
Should I go for another one?
And
Yep.
what's
Same
interesting about
size?
show 100 is that both Chris and Jake are going to be out of town skiing. This is their yearly ski trip. And we looked ahead on the calendar and suddenly realized, oh my gosh, you guys won't be here. And for me to do a show by myself, well, that's not too exciting.
It's good.
Yeah, this one's
So,
great. What was that one you just
We
gave
added
me?
in
Green. Now
two
we got the
extra
purple. Yep.
bonus shows. Today is Candlestick Prototype. We have never done these on a live show. I have no table set up with candlesticks to show you because we don't have them. And we're
check
going to
this
do a
out, Shell.
gnome. The other slide-in one is going to be the gnome. So, I will say this. The contest is enews@glassacademy.com. Tell us what type of candle you like to burn. Enter that, and you're going to get the show schedule.
Ready?
We'll put you on our e-news list, and then you're going to get all the information you need to know about the upcoming shows. Show 100 is going to be all about giveaways. I'm learning all kinds of cool marketing tricks in a class I'm taking. So show 100. Kaylee's going to back me up on this and keep me on make sure I get all my tricks lined up. We're going to do giveaways on show 100, so you want to be there. That's March 2nd. It's a Tuesday night from 6 to 8. You want to tell everyone you know. The whole show is going to be giveaways. Things will be for sale. We'll
I
pick
heard
out
that,
like
Jake. Thank you.
out of the year. We do a show table.
I'm just like excited. It's so cool looking.
I'll walk through this table. This was yesterday's show. It's all still on the website. Those items are available for purchase at glassacademy.com. But show 100 will put a year of live shows and put our top sellers on the show. But everything we make will be a giveaway that night. Everything.
Oh, that's the first I've heard. That sounds fun.
It does sound fun. I've learned all these new tricks, and I can't wait to try them.
Love it.
Okay, so E-News at Glass Academy. Tell us what your favorite type of candle is. Dripless, soy. I've heard they have smelly boy candles.
Three's good.
I like San Alto is my favorite right now. There's a vanilla one I like. Suzanne says she's marking her calendar. Sherry is ready for the show. You guys want to jump in? I am not kidding. It's going to be super fun giveaways, all kinds of contests.
Doing one more, Jake?
If you'd like.
We want to grow our readership.
Just the green one.
And it's going to be awesome. And then there's Christina. What? Christina's in charge of making these displays look beautiful. That's what's on the show, number 91 on the website. She also does this board, so enews at glassacademy.com.
Green?
That's where you want to send
what did you just bring me? I got green, purple, green. It needs to be purple.
92,
It is a glass.
and we're blowing glass. Spinning around. There are the boys. I thought I'd be quiet because they were talking, and now they're not talking.
You do still have Zoom on there.
I know.
All right.
Looks like a little star. So this is getting built up multiple layers. A side note, you may or may not know, we all have things that we like to do, hobbies that we do, and mine is working with plants. So for years I've had a giant garden, and I grow different plants and try different things with succulents and live plants. And that's where we pull our inspiration. So I will always drag Chris around the garden and say, check out this guy, or a cactus, or something that we have growing. And that's where we pull our inspiration. So this is very much like a succulent. He's using tweezers now to make the area where the candlestick will sit, where the candle will sit. You are at the Glass Academy. This is the glass blower's bench. Little view of the shop there. And back to the action. You'll notice he sits down very gentle now. This is getting near the end of the candlestick. Jake says I should zoom in, so let's see, there we go. This is a purple color. It can be completely purple. Did you use gold on it, Chris?
No, I have it's purple and emerald green mixed. So it alternates at the top.
Okay, that round thing he's in right now is called the glory hole, and it allows him to reheat the glass.
All right, let's check it out.
Okay, gives you an idea of scale.
Yeah.
A little smaller
Not too
than a
big.
hand.
Not too big. I think it's not too, heavy duty on your table, but it's definitely very organic and beautiful.
All right, so there's prototype number 1. Do not ask me a price because I am not going to tell you anything. We have to finish this. I was thinking today to talk about how we price items. There's a lot of things that go into pricing. The skill, if Jake tried to do this, it would not be as fancy. I mean, I'm just saying, he's a younger glass blower is all. Chris has a lot of experience behind him. We look at the color. Purples are expensive. And the final step is a cooling process. Yes, we agree. We see the feeds are glitchy. We're working on it. Into the cooling oven it goes. I'm curious if I...
Exit and rejoin, yep. Let's go back. Wi-Fi's not working. I think we need to lower something that might toss it up here.
Okay, I think we're live, everyone. Exit and rejoin the feed. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the Glass Addicts giving the shout out to what's going on. While everyone rejoins us, we're going to talk about the bottle stoppers. We got some items for sale on the website, glassacademy.com. The gallery is open. We are in Michigan. You are welcome to come, but you can also shop online. We have many beautiful items. This here is a wine stopper, which is super cool, and I don't think one-handed, you can see how sturdy it is. It's kind of difficult to pull out. But isn't that cool? It's a little wine stopper. I use mine for olive oil, if I'm being 100% honest. It sits on the counter, and I put olive oil in it in the sunlight. Look at how pretty. Behind there we have the metal shop, and I think these guys are good to go.
All right, that candlestick made it perfectly into the annealing oven, everybody, and it looks good, turned out amazing, and Jake's on to his, and if you take a peek right here, he drew up his piece. We walked on it a little bit, so it's a little bit wore off, but that's the piece he's making, and I could probably go in and just tighten up the lines a little for him.
All right, so here's, do you guys watch any other reality shows? Chris and I just finished a fashion show, Next in Fashion. It was phenomenal. They pull out their sketchbooks and they draw. For us as glass blowers, we draw on the floor with chalk. This way we can all look at the design. The person at the bench can look at the design. Jake was kind of soft-handed, so you see Chris is just going over his design, darkening it up.
I don't think Jake was soft-handed at all. I think we walked all over it like 50 times and wore it off the ground. But it looks great.
He's going to finish up the base. The shop does look totally different. When we started in March, we did daytime shows, and then we discovered our audience was available in the evenings. They like to watch us after work, so we did nighttime shows. Okay.
All right.
And so daytime shows, the studio's way brighter. I get it. Really nice. So maybe if Saturday morning's a big hit, maybe we switch our shows. I don't know. Currently, we are doing Tuesday and Friday from 6 to 8.
So this is the bowl of tone mold, everybody, and he just blew into it, and he's sucking it out nice. The interesting thing about the bowl of tone mold is that you need to blow into it, but it's got undercuts because it's the shape of a pineapple. You have to suck back in the glass so that it gets smaller and you can get it out of the mold. He just did that. He did a great job. I'm preparing to blow into the blowpipe for him.
Okay, so this is a two-person kind of job. We do an Italian-style glass blowing. This is father and son if you're just watching us for the first time. We are a privately owned studio in Metro Detroit, home of Henry Ford. We're in a place called Dearborn. Amazing, amazing food here, entertainment, the Henry Ford Museum. Lots of history in this town.
What color did you use on this one, Jake? Gold ruby, guys, one of the most expensive colors out there. Right now, red, gold ruby, and purple are the most expensive colors because red and gold ruby, which is a really nice dark pink, are made with gold, and purple is made with manganese, which is right about up there at the same prices as gold. And manganese is used a lot in computers, so it's a really high-priced commodity off the periodic table. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I like
what
that.
we're figuring out.
Two-part, one-part?
Two-part.
So we thought we'd leave the mics on at first because then you could hear how they're talking and going over this, but it might be a little too much if we're explaining something. The other part I'm just giggling about is you usually don't prototype
Remember,
an
they
item
can be
with the
beefy,
most
Jake.
expensive color.
Candlesticks are beefy avolios.
But Jake is prototyping something with the most expensive color. So I'm putting some good mojo on this that it's going to turn out just fine. That's kind of like if you were a cake baker baking a wedding cake for your first cake and selling it.
I'll bring you another one.
All right, there's many parts that are going to
flash.
be added. Anything that lands in that tray, which looks kind of beat up and weird, It's a metal tray. There's all kinds of drippings in it. That tray will last us for a number of years. The glass that gets fallen into there, we do recycle it. We are able to use it again. There's nothing wrong with it. If it has colored glass on it, we put it in our recycled tank, and we will have a very light blue at the end of the day, which is awesome. We have a product line we call Second Design. These items are all light blue in color. Our raindrops are made with that. Our Detroit puddle, there's a couple things. All right, this is where it helps to have another assistant so you don't just drop the pipe. This is a wooden paddle. Another thing we might try, you know how in cooking shows they have that candle above? Mirror above the bench. Cooking shows have a mirror above the cooking area. We're thinking we've got lots of space that if we put a mirror above the bench, we could access the show that way too.
First.
All right, we got 185 people on the show. We aim for 500, so if you guys know people that are interested in this, you might want to let them know about the Glass Academy. Let's see if people are slowly waking up. Maybe they'll show up today.
All right. So this is what I'm working on right here.
That big?
That big.
Ho, ho, ho.
We'll see how big it gets, but that's going to be the stem.
And you're still mic'd up, yes?
I'm not mic'd up, so you got to help me out. Help the gaffer out.
Okay, so the gaffer right now is Jake. That means the person who's making the glass. I believe Chris is still mic'd up. Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. So Chris and I can talk during this piece, and Jake's
I'm mic'd up. Hey, everybody.
on what he's doing.
So Jake asked me for a gold foot, and I'm going into the bowl of tone mold for a matching foot. And one of the things, I like mentioning these things because I'm educating you folks about candlesticks. I've made a lot of them over the years, but I'm educating Jake too. The foot, unlike a goblet, is like twice the size of a goblet foot because you got a tall candle, so you don't want it to be tipping over on you. So this foot's going to be a little bit bigger than Jake's used to putting on, but I'm sure he'll do fine. I just wanted him to know that he should plan on putting a bigger foot on.
Hey Liz, thanks for letting us know about YouTube. I do have my computer open, but not walking over there right now. We're laughing because when we started Facebook a year ago doing these live shows, we had 9 people. So it's just slow and steady. This is what we do. This is how we run our business. We sell glass for our living. This is not a hobby. This is clearly how we make our living. If you come to Metro Detroit, we're doing some travel packages. You might want to stay at one of the local hotels who we have partnerships with. Stay overnight, blow some glass, super fun. And then swing by the Glass
Drop her not hot, so
Academy.
angle it out.
All right, this is teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So today we do have Valentines Classes in the studio. If you are local, we are open 11 to 4 for our classes. Super fun. It's a one-of-a-kind item. It's a heart that you'll be making. Now that I tell you about it, I do want to say the classes are sold out. Our classes sell really fast. Kind of known in Metro Detroit for the experiences we offer, so people really look forward to them.
Nice. Perfect.
Contest. Throw it up on Facebook so I can see what you're saying, but e-news at Glass Academy is how you enter the contest. Tell us what kind of candles you like to burn. Do you like fat candles, thin candles? We're going to be working on candlesticks. We want to know what you are interested in. Thank you, everyone. I see lots of people with thumbs up and hearts sharing us on your page. We're at 189 now. Let's see what we end the show at. We're going to do an hour-and-a-half show today. We've got a full day of classes going, and it takes about an hour, hour and a half to light up the equipment. So we were here nice and early getting things rolling. Oh,
What's the question for tonight? Today?
we've said it about 3 times. Have
The
you heard
giveaway
it?
question? What type of candles do you like to burn? I love it. I like to burn Steve's candles. They're pretty sweet. He's a friend of ours who makes amazing candles.
You want to tell them more about that? The candles are characters. They're trees with eyes and goobly gobbly weird shapes and characters and
Goobly
pickles.
gobbly?
Yeah, pickles with eyes.
There you go, you got it.
You can tell Jake was being
Spring.
quiet. He's really concentrating on
Spring,
opening
there you
this up. The glass, when it's a little thinner, cools really quick,
Once
so
you
you
get it
do
where you
see
want it,
them
then you
going
gotta
back to the glory
spin
hole
quicker and just let the spring
to
of the
heat the
jacks
glass
open.
up. That's kind of usually when I walk around and talk about other things.
Like you didn't.
But, all right, Tealights, votives. Chris wears pants. We went hiking through the woods the other day, and he wore pants, and it was really funny. I felt like they were his ski pants. I don't know why he wears shorts all the time.
The reason I wear shorts all the time, you guys, is because I like it. It feels good. It gets real hot, and I'm tired of changing my clothes 3 times a day. When I'm coming in on blowing glass, I want to have shorts on, so I put shorts on, and it just feels good. I get good airflow. I'm feeling comfortable.
Glass blowing does get hot. In the winter now, when you're not right at the glory hole, not as hot. But in the summer, it's a hot one. You guys might remember some of the videos from last year. We were dying. We were sweating. It was hot. All right, bottom half is made. He's got to open up the top. What does that look like? We'll find out in a moment. Another thing we like to do on our live shows is find out where everyone's from. Tell us where you're from. What state, city do you live in? Andy, hello. We are in Michigan. How about you guys? What state are you from? Jake's deep concentration. Chris is over on the other side of the furnace. Took some glass from the clear tank, shaping it up. Ooh, that looks cool. Hey, Kathleen knows about Steve's Creatures. Wax and wear candles. Yeah, this year. Called him up to order some candles. Every year I get a print from Steve. I don't know if you've ever noticed his watercolors. They're absolutely amazing. He does natural scenes, lives on a farm. Renaissance is the one show he does. That's how he earns his living. There are many talented people in the Michigan area. All right, now Chris has got it. See it in his hand. He's going to take it from Jake and continue
Good. Go for it.
to heat it up so they can shape it. All right, we got California in the house, Pennsylvania. We got someone from England. Tell us where you're from. We're from Michigan, the home of Henry Ford. That's a really great way to remember where we are. I absolutely love the museums that are here, because Henry Ford was peculiar in some
It looks like those things almost sealed up. Probably do it one more time. So what we're doing right now, guys, is we're kind of making sure the piece is perfectly straight. I'm paddling the bottom while Jake's straightening the foot up. And then he's putting some touches, just like a lathe. You got to go back and forth along the length of the piece so that it's on center. Everything's got to be on center. He's not done. He's got to finish the top of the candlestick, the area that's going to hold the candle.
All right, audio's back. All right, I'm not sure why it blipped out. I think, like you said, maybe I went too far away from the box. If you are hearing us, you heard Chris. If you can hear me, someone just say, we hear you, Michelle. Yeah.
So delayed, it's like 4 minutes delay. I had my mic turned off and I was talking and they didn't.
It was because I went over there. Dun dun dun, getting near the end. All right, we're back in the loop. You'll just have to imagine what we were talking about.
So Jake's working on the top of the candlestick here. A beautiful looking pink and gold one. I mean, that's a fine top. You just squeeze the candle right into that spot. The candle wax doesn't go down in there because it never goes down that
thanks,
far.
you guys.
In.
I appreciate it. I see the comments. We know we're
I
back
mean,
on.
it's nice. You could put a gold rosetta around the top lip.
If I was to make
so it
something, it'd be
matches
short
that.
and
It would
sweet,
look cool.
super colorful. These
I
guys
wouldn't
are
go too
like
much smaller.
pimping it out.
You can go for that.
So again, one of the reasons that we asked you what type of candles you use,
right around the top,
so we
you're not
know
sipping
how,
out of it, you know what I mean? So why not?
For pillar candles, or are we making the section flat for a more wide candle? Really nice. Okay, let me pop over here and show you again. This would be like a solid version. This was a Vangogh. And then the top is flat, right? No hole. So a variety of candles can sit on top of that. Here's like a little handheld one, done in clear, just until we get the shape. I tend to like to do prototypes in clear so that we can test them and get the design right. If we test something and we don't quite like the design and we put all this color on it, I find that you get caught up in the beauty of the color and not necessarily the design of the piece. So for me, I always prototype in clear. If I don't like something, then it's no harm. We just remelt it.
Nice. A real important thing, everybody, about prototyping stuff is that we make them now and we look at them after they come out of the annealing oven. Check that thing out. That's really beautiful. It's got the nice matching rosetta up top. That looks really, really nice, Jake. It's a beautiful piece. So maybe one more good heat and then we're going to do the reduction to bring out that iridescence in the gold. Let's see if those colors work together tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Jake is telling, okay, here comes the gold. So Chris is reducing the gas-air mixture. The Vangogh candlestick is beautiful. We are going to make more of those. We've just been working on some projects, this live feed, and then, you know, we kind of like a day off every now and then. So our brains are faster than our body can physically make the work.
Let me get the forks.
All right, so I don't glitch out. I'm not going to go way too far. I'm going to zoom.
Nice.
This is a torch. You notice we're not too concerned with the GA stamp right now because these are prototypes. We just want to get the item done away in the box.
Perfect, get it in there.
Just because I said it, they put the GA stamp on. Oh, living on the edge. Into the annealer it goes. All right, how about some thumbs up, hearts, if you like that? Let us know. First candlestick for Jake. Woohoo! Let's hear from the artist himself.
That was pretty darn cool, you guys. I've never done a blown foot that big like my dad was explaining. It's much bigger than a traditional goblet foot. And it was really difficult to keep that thing hot enough while I was working with the top. The other thing that was really hard, if I show you guys over here, see how this guy's got an extra thickness around the outside of the foot? That's called a folded lip that we do on all kinds of goblets and most feet to give it a little extra stability. And that was a difficult move on a much larger foot like that. So we're gonna see how that turns out in the morning. I'm hoping for the best, but it was pretty darn ornate, pretty darn cool looking. It's pretty darn fun to do this early in the morning.
Chris, could you make one like the Vangogh pillar over there, not as big, half the size?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Vangogh pillar.
Yeah, one of the things I was going to mention to you guys too is that, make sure my mic's on, is that an hour and a half blow session from 10 to 11:30 is nothing to prototype stuff. It's really nothing to blow glass. It's like to start blowing at 10 and be done at 11:30 is just really kind of a little bit frustrating because you're not really getting into the whole full mode of your glass blowing zone. You really have to get into the zone. So for Jake to be doing prototypes this quick, off the cup, in a short period of time is an amazing thing. That piece he just made was really nice, and it's really good. And for me, I mean, I want to blow glass. I would be like, Jake, let's blow glass until 7 o'clock tonight. Let's blow all day. So maybe one day we'll have like a marathon glass blowing day where we're keeping you guys on video all day long. That's what I'm talking about, because you need to have a lot of time to work this stuff out.
Yeah, you do.
Totally.
You know, but right now we're talking about it. We're explaining what we're doing. We're showing you guys.
And you know, a lot of people don't see me at the nighttime feeds drinking coffee. But this coffee's tasting good, you guys. And if you want to ever try the best coffee in town, you got to try Mighty Good Coffee out of Ann Arbor. Those guys are really great people, and I'm not exaggerating. It's the absolute best coffee I've ever had, and I think that you should try it sometime. Mighty Good Coffee. Check them out. You can order it online.
I agree. I just didn't want to spin around the camera super fast. And
All right,
I know
I'm going to gather it up.
people were asking about the Vangogh, so.
I'm going to do a Vangogh special dealio.
Yeah, you're going to do it half this size, please.
Jacob, would you grab me, do you have a minute?
So the Vangogh, if you guys don't know about it,
Little
is when we
powder.
take the color and we use the tweezers and we do this special spin on it. And
Is
so
that
we
in
started
different
doing
spots?
these.
Like
I
iris
came up
powder
with this design
and
when I
white
worked at
powder?
the Henry Ford. Is your mic on? So we're talking over each other. Go for it.
All right, mine's off. My mic's off now, so you can't hear me, everyone.
Okay, check this out. This is a Chris Nordine 2015. This is a candlestick we had in our house that we use. I brought it in for the show. So the Vangogh pattern I invented when I worked at the Henry Ford Museum. I did it inside a paperweight. It's pretty famous. We started doing it as a surface color on our pumpkins. This year our slugs are basic color. We might do a Vangogh slug when we get up to our garden season. But there are some of our candlesticks. They're getting the color. So the color is in these jars. This is a powder. So these colors are like sugar, granule. These are a powder. Jake's gonna pour it very slowly in that tray, not to create a lot of dust. We do have a hood system that if we were doing a bunch of these, we'd put it under, but for the sake of today, we'll just do it right here. So he's adding the second color. That's gonna help with the Vangogh pattern. Glass blowers deal with their eyes. That's something that we have as a saying, which is kind of funny. So sometimes in our early days, we wouldn't do some of our signature moves on the show, because that's how you learn. There's no school that teaches glass blowing. Not really. There's colleges that teach glass and art, but to be a really proficient glass blower, the best thing you can do is work in a studio and just work for years.
So you guys see how this is, have you explained what these two top and bottom colors are?
Nope.
Well, these are recycled glass, you guys, and actually take a look at the date on this guy. That's an F.
not a GA stamp. But if you see on the side here, it's 2015. So that was when we have an F stamp. It stands for Furnace Design Studio, the original company my parents started in Detroit. And now we've obviously switched over and we put the GA stamp on everything, a little bit of rebranding there. But both the top and the bottom of this piece, as I was going to say, are recycled glass. So we've got our beautiful Vangogh color here on both sides. But on the top here, we got that recycled blue. On the bottom, recycled blue. And it matches very well with this blue iridescence that we're going on. And maybe Dad wants a little iris blue out too.
I don't know. I think he went and clear the clear tank, not recycled.
Well, that's for the top and the bottom.
I think we're all right. We probably don't need it.
No?
We got the gold brown.
All right.
Okay. So
Iris
this
white,
is
all
a
that
gather
goodies.
of glass, 2,000 degrees, super hot. Dipping into some whites. I don't know what color he's using. This is like the creative part of glass blowing. All the tools and techniques are the same in every studio. What's different is how you apply the color and how you actually work the glass. So dipping into the 2 trays of powder. Chris is going to reheat that. Those are the powder. All right, I had a vision, not a vision. I had a moment of clarity for the gnomes. So when we get to the gnomes, guess who's going to make the first gnome? What? That's right. Chris is acting like he doesn't hear me. All right, 174 watching us on Facebook on a Saturday morning. It's a different time and place, so we expected that. But if you guys let people know, Show 100 is the show they're going to want to watch. That's March 2nd. During that show, we're going to rock it out. We're going to have so much fun. Give away glass the whole 2-hour show. Cakes, balloons, all kinds of tasty treats will be here.
Are we giving away every piece we make on the 100th show?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And we're not going to do super big pieces because then there's only like 2 or 3. I want to do like a bunch of little pieces.
We should do a whole bunch of paperweights.
Rapid fire.
Shut up.
So here's the Vangogh technique, you guys.
You want to zoom it for me?
Yeah.
Any new folks watching, there is this group of people called the Glass Academy Addicts, and they're pretty cool. They know a lot of things about what we do. They'll answer your questions. I personally have never seen anything wrong or bad or not 100% solid. They know what's going on. I am completely honored and dumbfounded that you all exist.
Uh-oh, getting teary-eyed on a Saturday morning.
Who's watching?
The Glass Academy Addicts.
No, that they answer our questions and that they support us because we can't always get to answer all the questions. All right. We're monitoring one way here. We got another camera going over there. Kaylee's helping with the orders.
Get those big jacks out for
that
me.
were on the show last night. Today we have our Valentine's special with like nest bowls, and we've got vases in the studio. Pretty soon we're gonna have classes rolling, but we are keeping the numbers way down. We have 4 students an hour, or every time slot, which is every 2 hours. So the classes did sell out really quick this year because we're not doing as many as we normally do. So if you miss it this year, never fear. There is next year. There is March, April.
We're going to have some cool classes in March, that's for sure.
March classes are on the website. This is completely solid, Chris, or no?
Solid right now. Now I'm blowing air into it.
So it's a heavy candlestick holder. The other thing I like about it is like if you have a cat or something like that, you know how sometimes cats like to push things off the table? This is a really nice, solid, heavy piece. It's not going anywhere. When you've got a burning flame attached to it, it's kind of nice to have weight to it. Definitely write your comments. So e-news@Glass Academy is the best way to get a hold of us. When you enter the contest and you tell us what type of candles you like to burn. If you could also ask any other questions you might have in there, Lucy compiles them all and gets them to us. We read over them. And those are things that we talk about on our next show. Sometimes with Facebook, it's difficult for us to catch all the questions. I've had people get a little saucy. You didn't answer my question. Well, you know, there's hundreds of questions and comments coming through.
Hello, Jake.
So the best way to reach us is enews@glassacademy.com. Tell us your question. If you have an idea you think would be popular, sure, we're willing to listen. So I asked Chris to make this one a little smaller. I want it to sit next to the one that's here. I was looking at half the size. And he's got a little bit more shaping to do, and you'll see it is a little bit smaller.
Good so far. I'm going to need a paddle in 1 second. I'm going to tighten this up.
But it's really thick. And it's got an extra patty of glass that goes on the bottom of it.
And the top.
And the top. So it's going to have some weight to it. So it is not solid. Carol asked how much it costs to send to Canada. We do a flat rate of $35 right now. My understanding is that sometimes customs, when you go pick up at the post office, you might have duty fees. I do not know. I don't live in Canada. I know when we sent my sister, and Heidi is another Canadian customer, they had to pay some custom fees. So $35 gets it out the door to your local post office. What happens from there, I cannot guarantee based on where you live.
To drop patties. Cap it.
Okay. So Jake's hand is on the bottom as Chris does this technique. It's kind of like wanting to push air out, but because
Jake,
Jake's hand is on the back
foot.
end of the pipe, it doesn't push the air out. So there's like these really subtle things. If we were teaching someone about glass blowing, they'd be like, how come it's not working for me? Because there's so many little subtle things that are happening as you're working. Now you know.
Got a great pattern on here.
Wow, it looks amazing.
Yep.
Okay, this next part, if you watched the show yesterday too, I talked about the tools a little bit. I am a woman, I am not a giant-sized woman, so the hand tools, like this is a move that's hard for me because you have to open those shears nice and big. Chris makes it look super easy. If I was to do something like that, it's a little different for me. Well, my cut wouldn't look as graceful. So Chris is right, that's sometimes why I design things and he makes them. It's a lot easier for him to make it than it is me. This is a solid foot, so now that's added weight to the candlestick holder. So it is blown, but it doesn't mean it's thin.
We heat it up once.
There's also this weird misconception that heavy glass is worth more money. I have to tell you that thin glass is a lot harder technique-wise and to me should cost more. So very delicate, thin items are difficult to make, uniform in size and shape. And if you can do them, you're a very skilled glass blower. Heavy glass is a lot more forgiving. It is a wooden paddle that Jake's using to shape the glass. That's why it's catching fire. I don't know if you're picking up on the sound, but the sound of Chris's jacks rolling along the cold glass made that like ratchety sound because the hot glass is only on the bottom. That's what he was shaping. Glass blower's tool bench. I wish we had smell-o-vision. When those wooden paddles are burning, they smell absolutely wonderful. So glass shops kind of have this unique smell. You know how you walk in your favorite business, like if it's a bakery or a bread placing, they all have certain smells. Glass shops smell amazing. When we're using cork on the glass, if we're making something flat like the fish, those smell super good.
There we go.
So we will do the annealer reveal from show number 91 tomorrow. And the reason we're going to do it tomorrow is we have classes in here the rest of the day. Our classes go until 7 o'clock tonight.
Beautiful.
So keeping our numbers down, we want to let the whole studio, the classes have full run of the studio. We're going to let them do their thing. It's so quiet here in the morning, it's interesting. All right, Chris has done the shaping on the bottom. Jake has this rod called the punty.
Down with the big boys. I showed you guys the punnies over there. This is all of our big boys because this is a big piece. We're going to have the stability and not have flop around.
Yeah, and look where his hand is. That's a 1/2 inch pipe. Usually they're 1/4 inch pipe, and there's even 1/8 inch pipes for goblets that are very delicate. So pipe size does matter for each product that you are making.
It does?
It does. You don't want a little flimsy pipe on this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new to the Glass Academy and you have not watched us before, can you put a smiley face in the bar? If you do that, then we'll know you're new. I'd like to see who is new. Catherine says she likes this morning show. It's kind of fun. Again, we're drinking coffee. Personally, I'm liking the daylight.
Me too.
All right, let's pan over the colors. We got gold and white. I saw him dip into the green. Green, gold, white, as far as I can tell, but we'll see as it cools
So what
off.
I'm trying to do over here, you guys, is I'm trying to heat up the top of it so that I can flatten it because I want to add the top of the pillar on there. If you see the one sitting on the marble with the candle, there's no opening in the top or the bottom. It's only got a pillar on the top and the bottom. I want to make sure you get the glass nice and hot so that it gets a nice sharp edge on that.
I like some of the analogies you guys use. Fine china, it's true. Remember how delicate, thin china was like the thing to own? But if you had kids, you're not going to use your fine china with kids. You want that big, heavy plate. So if they drop it, hopefully it doesn't break. Kind of the same idea with glass. This candlestick here, the tall one, it's done in the Venetian style. This foot is very thin. The top portion of it is done very thin and delicate. It's tall. That's an expensive piece. It takes a lot of skill and talent to be able to make something like that. Back to this side. Chris
Not
is
too
going
hard. Go for it.
to shape the top while Jake paddles it. We call this the Fermi too. In Ohio, there's 2 nuclear plants, and they're
That
called
white smell.
Fermi.
Love the smell of the white,
we did a vase,
not good for you.
a
All right, I'll take the clear
1950s
one.
retro-styled vase, and we called it the Fafavo, based off Fermi 2. We do name our products. Why? Because we can.
Recycle. I went recycle on the pads on the pillars because I'm making a match for this guy a little smaller, so I know he had recycle blue.
So we have 2 tanks. Jake's standing at one.
Yep.
The other one there has the door open. We have 2 tanks that hold the glass. They hold about 150 pounds each. That's about how much we go through. We're not a large production facility. This isn't a manufacturing, high manufacturing studio. We do unique items. We're just making a living here. We're not trying to conquer the world. So
We can conquer the world.
we have 2 tanks. 150 pounds of glass is about what we need. We'll use them up on if we're working a full day of production. We will empty them and they get filled at night by little elves. I mean, gnomes. Ooh, we can make glass gnomes and put them around. The elf on the shelf, it could be gnome in the studio. Gnomeville is gonna be so fun. All right, a little more shaping there. What do you need to know? What is our time is what I'd like to know. Ah, all right. No, I need to touch base with Lucy about that giveaway.
And I'm gonna need a reduction.
Very good.
Not sure if Lucy's still on.
Lulu! All right, so now we're going for the reduction on here to bring out all those iridescent metallic Vangogh special colors.
I'll tell you what, if Lucy stepped off the feed, what we'll do is we'll just add the winner to Tuesday night show. We'll do 2 winners. I don't want to feel pressured under the gun here, and we want to get something special.
Well, she might have just had to go to the bathroom. Who knows?
She is. They have doo-doo.
The doo-doo? All right, there you go. This thing turned out great, guys.
Check it out next to the first.
Oh, the one I said do half the size.
It's smaller, but...
Uh-huh. Alrighty then, so away that goes into the cooling oven. I think we have time, Jake, for 1 mini candlestick. Can you come up with something?
For the giveaway?
Sure.
I like it.
Good.
Okay, they're gonna go tap it on that pad. Why they're doing that and getting it away, which isn't super exciting to look at, I'm just gonna step over here. This was last night's show. Definitely much better to see in the daylight. Check out the heart mug. They have little marinis in them. If there's any Sticky Lolly fans, it's a candy store that we've been watching. They're in Australia. They make these little glass candies. And the reason I started following them was because it's an Italian glass technique. We make these little cut-ups, and we've been using them. I'll show you the chicks. We've been using them for years in our products. Let's see, this one is actually a heart. Can you see the little heart in there? Super cool. So marinis are something that glass blowers have been using for centuries. We've used them in our work here at the Glass Academy since the start of time. For us, this one is a little heart, little pink heart. So we're gonna melt some of those and make them flat. They're a little sharp on the edges right now because of the way that they're used. You can see our slugs here, and remember we developed those last year. They have marini eyes. And we're gonna do some that actually have the heart eyes in them. So Lucky 13 is gonna have a slug eye with a heart, and you can purchase those at glassacademy.com. They're listed on our website. We do sell our products, so that's just one section of our product. But now, back to the glass blowing.
All right, the giveaway.
You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, the giveaway is gonna be a candlestick. Jay's gonna do a candlestick that he's gonna do a number of balls going down the center of the piece, and then we're gonna do a footing tool foot on it.
In 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because we got class today and we gotta prepare.
Oh, I understand completely. That's why we figured out, that's why we chose this piece to make.
Okay, rolling the glass on the table is what shapes it. Blowing through the pipe shapes it, and gravity shapes it. So there's all these different players. Jake makes it look really easy rolling on the table. When you get students in here, which we're gonna have very shortly, they'll try to mimic what Jake does, and it's a comedy show because it's bumpy and uneven. And so this table is made out of stainless steel. Hard as a rock. Is your mic still on?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll turn it on so I can speak.
To folks, what up? I'm back.
Tell them the contest.
Oh, the contest, you guys, is what type of candles do you like to burn?
Where do they
Don't
send
say
it?
birthday candles,
Where do they send the answers?
but send the answers to enews@glassacademy.com, and make sure you tune in on Tuesday, you guys. Tuesdays and Fridays are our live feed shows. Fridays are happy hour. Tuesdays are anything we want.
The type of glass blowing we do is kind of two-person style. So Jake is shaping the glass and Chris is blowing through the pipe, inflating it like a balloon. This is father and son. If they're both on the mic, it's really hard to tell who is who. You like our little mini chair that Chris is sitting on? I love our little kid chair.
Hi, everybody.
Remember the kids' table?
My name's Junior. I'm over here on my little chair.
There it is, the little baby chair. All right, a volio is a little piece of glass that's a certain style and technique, goes right on the bottom. You can hear the chatter of the jacks against the glass because the glass is colder. Chris is coming with hot molten glass straight out of the furnace. It is not orange, it's clear. The volio move. Jake working with Chris. He came home last year in March for his birthday. Pandemic hit. We had to furlough all our employees, shut down the business, and then we thought, you know, there's hot glass at the studio. We're all family. We might as well do something. So we came into the studio and started blowing glass. What we did was make a coronavirus because we thought it was kind of funny. We thought the coronavirus itself at the time was very pretty and beautiful as a virus. So we made one in glass, and we started giving back to our community with the sales of that coronavirus. So we raised over $9,000 in
you want to put an volio on it?
2.5 months, and gave them to other small businesses and nonprofits that we work with.
That's why I said do a Maurice and make it small.
We understood that the corona impact was going to be large, and small businesses like ours to just shut the door was very difficult. So we also were geared up for a big show in March. What we decided to do was go live, started demonstrating our products on these live feeds, dancing around. Thank you to Facebook for helping us out, making it possible. I see that. So we're going to put these products that we're making today with the annealer reveal from last night, and that will happen tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a double annealer reveal, show number 91 and 92. Because we're teaching classes, we're going to probably take them and have them on the table and do it, because we need our annealer space and studio space for the class. Super smooth, look at that hand, just delicately turning the pipe. If you're a good dancer, you might be a good glass blower. I will tell you, glass blowing is very much a dance. There are a lot of people that are jerky and crazy and weird on the pipe, and their glass kind of reflects that. Their dancing is like, I don't know, jacked up, and their products are like jacked up. I don't know, it's okay.
Ready?
Everyone has different styles, it's
Recycle
all good.
Or?
All right, Catherine drinks what kombucha do I drink? I usually like JT's. I like the spirulina flavor best. It's spirulina and ginger. But I do like the mango is one of my favorites in Trilogy. There's a root beer flavor that's tasty. Chris likes all the weird ones. There's a vanilla mint or something. They have some crazy ones out. But in the end,
Once you get
I
it on
would
center,
say
spin it
I
real
like
quick.
every
The whole
flavor.
real fast. Spread it out with the, you know, that's how you do it. Roll the pipe real heavy duty.
Aha, Tanya says the mango is really good. I agree. Mango is one of my favorites. Dried mango is another treat for me. I have heard that people process stress in different ways. There's kicking, punching, yelling, and chewing. I am a chewer. Dried mango is the best way for me to relieve stress. We should have a Q&A, fun facts of the people of the Glass Academy. Jake is deep in thought because he didn't nibble on that one. All right, in the background you see Chris went and got a small bit of glass. Chris always likes to be in the limelight, so he can't miss that opportunity to wave hello to you all.
The bus is riding smooth today. I hear the horn every once in a while in the background. The bus is coming.
Bus drivers make the world go round, man. They keep things flowing. They're on time, they're smooth. They get those kids to school in a timely fashion.
Not my world.
They say hello to everyone. Bus drivers are amazing. Shout out to all the bus drivers out there. We have a bus driving company down the street from us, like 3 buildings down. There's a whole fleet of buses. One lady waves hi to me every time she drives by.
That would be the Crestwood Schools Public Works Department, where they store all the buses.
All right, Jake's letting Chris know the remaining steps. This is a white with a blue underneath. Is there any reducing color on that or no?
No reduction.
I like the blue coming through. It looks really cool.
On the bottom here, on the top, so it looks like the one dad made it for this.
Ah.
The larger candle sit on top of it.
I'm not sure that y'all heard that because I think his mic is off. So he's doing reverse. He's going to add a patty onto the top of it so a pillar candle can sit onto it. Let's see, we got some for the class here. This is a pillar candle, just like a shorter version of it. That's what he's saying the type of candle would go on.
Flashing it?
Candlestick he's making. Pammy, that's so funny.
If you
Driving a
squeeze
bus.
that pudding tool closer, you'll get it bigger. The foot, you know what I mean?
All right. Oh, so, okay, show number 100 is March 2nd. Show 99, which is the Friday prior, you're going to want to mark your calendar too. We're taking our show on the road. Show number 99 is going to be an experiment in another glass studio in another state. You got to stay tuned. We're not going to let the details out of the bag yet. Only when you get to the live show will you know the details. I will tell you we're going somewhere warm. And why? Because we are.
I like that reasoning.
Sometimes you just got to do it. All right, the contest. Okay, a little housekeeping. We're not going to pick a winner today, and then Neela reveal tomorrow will be show number 91 and the prototypes from today. Tuesday we'll do 2 giveaways. You still have time to enter the contest. enews@glassacademy.com. Tell us what type of candles you like to burn. Smelly ones, tall ones, fat ones, short ones, dripless, soy candles. There's so many choices. Birthday candles. So I will say show number 99 is going to be super fun. We've got all the players lined up. We reserved the studio. I know of them. I have not been to their studio. Real curious to see how it compares to ours. We do many similar things. Owner of the studio is a hustler. It's a woman. She knows what's up. All right, using the paddle, using the jacks, a bunch of teamwork here. Chris's favorite coffee is a dark blend.
No, it's not.
Oh, darn.
Sorry, I like a blonde.
Oh, Pammy, we want to go to Australia. That is on the bucket list one of these days.
Glass candle stamp on the side. Sure, I like it. It's good, Jake.
Yeah, this is really cool. So the fun part about candlesticks, what we're aiming to do is have a variety of colors and shapes and sizes so that when they sit on the table, there's a whole bunch of them, and that would be really fun because your candles burn at different rates. When you try to match everything up and then your candles burn unevenly, it's such a bummer. And for me, it gets me all anxiety ridden. So if I have a table of mix match ones, then I'm totally fine with that. Glass Academy stamp. Liz, you know why we're hyping up the shows? Here's the deal. My graphic designer and Jake are riding me, and they're like, well, you get it together and list out the month so we stay organized. My graphic designer is amazing. Her name is Jessica, but I don't think it's very fair when I text her the night before, hey, here's what the show is tomorrow. All those e-news you get, we work on those together, we plan them out, make sure Becky has the perfect picture for us to use in the e-news, and we got a great team here for marketing.
All right, there you guys go. go.
Woohoo! That is the giveaway.
Nice.
I know. I can see Jake being like, I want this for my house. And so it goes. Chris is gonna get the item ready called it's called a fork. It's got 2 prongs that holds the glass so that he can get it away into the annealer oven successfully.
What?
Okay, so into the annealing oven. enews@glassacademy.com. You still have a chance. Tomorrow, the annealer reveal. I have no idea what time we'll do it. We have classes tomorrow, so we'll figure that out. It'll be a random thing. No, because we're going to do tomorrow both shows. All right, it's been a pleasure working with you all. Thank you very much. This is the Glass Academy. You got Jacob and Chris Nordine right there.
You guys have an amazing Saturday. Yep, my mic's on. Thanks for tuning in. And we did some cool prototypes. Can't wait to show you guys them tomorrow. And you can see the true colors coming out of the annealing oven. Alrighty? So, talk to you guys.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And we'll be showing the table one last time before we clock out.